Good evening, guys. How is everybody doing tonight? So your eyes don't deceive you. This is the second live stream I've done in the same evening, but we're just doing a little sideways jump. We played a little bit of Star Citizen earlier, and I thought I might as well end the evening by playing one of the games that's close to my heart. So if you've seen some of the tests I've done on this channel before, every now and again I tend to dabble in a little bit of Starcraft 2. And it's because growing up, it was one of my favourite games, but I never really massively enjoyed the proper public matches. It was always about the custom games. And my favourite custom game of them all was always a battle game called Direct Strike. So I'm hoping that people joining the live stream might know what that is. But if you don't even worry about it, because we're going to cover the basics on this stream, and all I'm going to do is just jump into a few public matches. So guys, bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to make sure that the stream is all configured. But as we move across to the game camera capture device, I've just realized I've got it mapped to the wrong game. So I am just going to quickly remap it to Starcraft, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of that coming through. Perfect. There's the visuals. There's the sound all coming through nicely. Perfect. So here we are sat in the lobby. We are on the EU servers, and we are basically just past midnight. So it's getting a little bit late here. The lobbies aren't going to be as full as they usually are. However, that gives us a nice chance to just jump in, have a few easy, cozy matches just to show you guys what it's about. Because if this resonates well with the audience, I might do a few more streams like this. So let's have a quick look at the arcade, and we're going to jump into a few rounds of Direct Strike. So there's a few modes to this game. A hero mode. I tend to play the regular mode though, where it's a 3v3 match. No heroes or special units involved. It's all about just building units and sending them to the other side as a classic tug of war title. So we're just going to sit here in the lobby for a little bit, and hopefully we'll get a few people joining so we can get this game underway. So how is everyone doing this fine evening? It's been a long week. Friday night, well, in fact Saturday morning now, officially speaking, but yeah, all I'll say, guys, is I'm really glad that we're finally here at the weekend. And what other way to welcome it in than playing a little bit of Starcraft 2. Crikey, guys, sorry, words are hard this evening. It's been a long day, so we'll just sit tight for a little bit longer. Hopefully we'll get a few more people joining this game. So just while we're waiting for it to start, why don't I tell you guys a little bit about what Direct Strike is all about. Let me switch back to the main camera mode. So it's what they call a tug of war game, where each team builds units, and each team basically gets a wave where the units they've built go towards the opposition's base and vice versa. And it's a little bit like chess, because you kind of have to watch your opponent's moves very closely and think about the units you want to build and the tactics you're going to employ that counter the enemy's build. So they're going to have a build of units, and you've got to make sure that your build counters their build. And it's very cat and mouse. You know, there's lots of pushing, pulling to and fro, and the games can get quite interesting. So I'm hoping once we jump in, you guys will get to see why I enjoy this so much. So we are still just waiting in the lobby for people to join. I think, guys, when we're playing during peak time, maybe, you know, during sort of 7 p.m, 8 p.m, these lobbies fill up so quickly. Starcraft 2 is an older game. Like, let's face it, it came out in what, 2010 was it? 15 years ago? And even to this day, the custom map scene still gets so many viewers and players. And I think it basically just comes down to the fact that people like me who grew up on games like Warcraft 3, Starcraft 2 just delivers that nostalgia feel that no other game can provide. Okay, guys, so we have the full number of players now. The countdown is going down. The game is officially starting, so we've got a 3v3. So just keep in mind, we are playing tonight with a complete mix of random players. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't have them on comms. So I guess that kind of makes it exciting, because anything could happen. So let's just jump in and see how this goes. And when the Starcraft UI comes in, I'll see if I can move my avatar around a little bit just to kind of get it out of the way of the mini map there. So let's jump in, and then I'll move myself just a little bit further upwards so that you guys can see the important information. So there we go, we're loaded in. Just waiting for this player here, Navy, to load in as well. So it looks like we've got a Terran player, 2 random players on our side, and Terran and 2 random players as well. Yeah, perfect. Nice. So this is what I mean, guys. This is my play area. I get to build a number of units, do upgrades and things, same as my allies. And I basically just have to keep track of what my opponent on this side is building. So look, they're playing Zerg. I'm playing Terran. You can tell sort of by these buildings that you can see at the back here. So I need to be wary of this one. So being familiar with the game, as I'm up against Zerg, I think we're going to be cautious on the outset. We don't want to overcommit too soon because they might just build full muters or something like that, like air units. If I've built all ground units, it's all over for me. So on the first round, it's important, I think, not to overcommit. So I think we're going to go in with just a hand full of units. And I quite like this opening move because it basically means we can tank a little bit of damage at the front. We've got a few units behind. They can take out a few. Obviously, if they build a lot of units, we're pretty much going to lose the first wave. But the first wave doesn't matter. So while this is going along, I'm going to start upgrading to tier 2 because I think I'm going to need some slightly better units than the ones we immediately have access to. So they have a queen that they're building. Is this going to be enough to take that out? Because if we can take it out, yeah, which I think we will, that'll be perfect because it means we can sort of retain control of the middle. Yeah, look at that. You can see that going a nice grey colour. And causing a few damage to the next wave as well, which will help out our ally there. So I think the Zerg player I'm up against, I mean, they didn't really fully commit either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what's called a corner build. And I'm going to put a few of these out. Get a few Marines behind. I think we'll get a Ghost because that'll be really, really effective against their queen if there is one. Again, I'm maybe being too cautious with this one because... Okay, yeah, and actually, I think we got a good build for this because we've got tier 2. We can scan to see those invisible units. And guys, honestly, we are off to a good start. We get these upgrades and get ready to pop off this. There we go, exactly. My ally there just reminding me to pay attention. Yeah, Ghost doing what it does best. And we've caused a nice bit of damage to our opponent there. Really, really nice going. So I think given that we're up against some underground area damage units, let's spread out our men just a little bit. I think we're going to get a Raven because that means we'll be able to see buried units. I think we're also going to get another Ghost because I think we're going to need to take out their units quite quickly, and maybe one more Marauder. But I mean, to be fair, guys, we're off to a really good start. We've taken their base, which gives us a little bit of extra income. And yeah, I mean, we've taken the bunker as well. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this one so far. I think middle is secure enough that I'm feeling pretty good about getting the next refinery. Now that we've got this Raven, that'll detect these units here. Yep, and the Ghosts making really short work of them with their sniper rifles. Perfect. This is what we want to see, guys. So another mechanic it's worth making, or worth me making you guys aware of, is that in the center here, if you hold this, it's the equivalent of getting yourself 2 refineries. So the refineries are good because it means you get more minerals every couple of seconds. So obviously the more you have, the more income you have, which is obviously really helpful. But you have to be careful at the start of the game because one really, really crucial dynamic to this is that holding center gives you extra income. So you got to be really careful at the start not to over commit to the refineries, because if you don't have enough units, you can't hold the middle, and it almost doesn't matter how many refineries you get. You know, you'll never be able to create more income than your opponent. So guys, spare me a second. I mentioned I was going to move the corner camera, and I'm just going to move it up slightly above the UI. Yeah, hopefully that's moved it for you guys as well, because that'll keep my face out of the way of the mini, allowing you guys to see it. So let's have a think about where we're going to go next. We're up against kind of the Zerg and the mass marines coming straight afterwards, so I might be cheeky, get the next tier, and we're going to go towards a Liberators build. So we're just going to get a few more regular units as well, just to make sure that we're not going to lose our wave. I think that should be ample for now. If you look at the number of lurkers this guy's building, really, really effective units against blocks of infantry, but just hasn't got enough of them. So our next wave is coming in.
Upgrade complete.
A fair bit of damage. Again, maybe the Liberator tactic isn't the perfect counter to those Marines, but I think we're playing the long game here, guys. Because we're doing fairly well, and we're outmaneuvering our opponents, we got a bit of wiggle room. So, you know, we can afford to think a few moves ahead rather than just the move that we're on. So we've got enough income now. I'm going to build 2 of these Liberators, and we're going to try and keep building these each round. And I'm also going to get this range upgrade, which is going to help out. Stick those on hockey 7. So although in this game units typically do their own thing, you can open this side panel, which again, my face is hiding, but we can control some of the abilities. And also with these, although we can't move them, we can past the area in which they spawn out. So doing it manually means you can deploy them just slightly earlier. And these are really effective, because although they're not too good against mass marines, you'll notice they do pretty much just one-shot kill all of these units. Really handy, so it's managed to survive for another day. So you can kind of see that as we begin to build more of these, hopefully we'll be able to stack the odds against our opponents. Yeah, I think, guys, this first round has gone quite well. I think it's going to be difficult for our opponents to kind of claw this back now, so I think it might just be the slow decline for them. I'm also going to get some armor upgrades.
Upgrade complete.
Because these Liberators are mechanical, the extra armor is going to really, really help those Marines on the ground not take them out. Now, if my opponent's paying attention, they're probably going to start building units that counter these Liberators, either this turn or the next. So we've got to watch out. We've got to be careful. As long as we... Yeah, exactly. This is what I thought. So they're building Vikings now, which will target and focus down my air units. Yeah, which you can see happening here. There we go. So I managed to cause quite a lot of damage, but they have managed to survive that. So I'll have to have a think about that. I think for now, I'm going to carry on building Liberators, because although they are countering them, if I get enough of them and enough armor upgrades, they're going to have taken out all the ground units before their air units could take these guys out. So it's just a matter of racing to kill units first. And I think with a line of Liberators, we're going to win that race.
Upgrade complete.
Yeah, to be fair, these Liberators are going to absolutely wreck this Zerg wave. So this is going to be really, really handy.
Incoming orders.
So again, I've got to remember to kind of like cast these manually just so we can pop off the... This is what I mean, guys. With the upgrades, these Liberators are lasting quite a long time, allowing me to pretty much wipe out most of their ground forces. Really, really handy. So let's move back up here. Prep for the next round. So we focused on upgrades. I think we're going to get the next refinery in the list as well. Again, don't overcommit to gas, because even though it's going well for us, if we were to spend too much money on these and lose the center because we didn't build enough units, that would absolutely allow our opponents to claw it back. So we've got to be careful. In my opinion, my allies are maybe overgassing just a little bit, but it's probably okay because we've got the wiggle room. I think if we were playing against or a much closer game, I think we'd be more at risk. But I think we're doing okay for now, guys. I think we're doing okay. We can probably see from our scoreboard. Yeah, 28% of the team kills. Not great, but not bad either. I'm a little bit wearing out. Green is building units that maybe counter these liberators a little bit too effectively. So what I'm going to try and do is build a few more Marines, kind of overwhelm them at the ground level. Because although these guys are going to focus down their ground units first, if we can take out the ground units, they should focus down the Viking air units. Oh yeah, look, those ghosts making absolute short work of the Zerg units there. Really, really nice counter to that Zerg build.
Standing by.
Here we go. Liberators doing their thing, absolutely wrecking those Marines on the floor. We are dangerously close though to their base, so we've got to be careful of that. Almost makes me wonder whether it's worth moving all of our units back
Easy.
a couple of squares.
As you say.
Armed and ready.
Let's get a
Firearm
few more of
reporting
these.
for action.
And let's also
Want some?
see if we can extend our line of Marines a little bit more as well. So we'll just wait for that to go down, and then we'll continue moving all of our men back just by 2 lines.
Believe it. It's go time.
Yeah, there is a grid here, which makes it not too difficult
Got it.
to reposition units.
Oh yeah.
So guys, you know, this is a new channel. We probably won't have too many people watching live at the moment while the algorithm does its thing. But just in case anyone does stop by, welcome. This is Matt's Fiefdom, a new space-themed channel to Twitch and YouTube. If you've got any questions about the channel, please do type them in the chat. I will be paying attention. But, you know, if you've got any questions about it after the live stream's finished, you should be able to watch these on catch-up, especially on the YouTube channel.
Go, go, go.
Target
So let's get the last Liberator there, because then we can get the full line.
Let's rock.
I think we'll just complete
Coming through.
our line
Not enough.
Marines as well, and maybe start thinking about getting some upgrades, because our Liberators,
We have you on screen.
all about survivability, just keeping that armor up, so they can kind of one-shot kill the enemy
Upgrade
Marines.
complete.
But I think what we're going to try and do now is
Better be good.
get a few upgrades so that we can really kind of bolster the strength of our main infantry line there.
Upgrade complete.
Those lurkers doing a good job. Take these out quickly before they do too much damage. Those Liberators just absolutely wrecking those Marines from afar. Yeah, we are lacking any real counter to those Vikings, actually.
Numbers, boys.
So what I might try and do is build a line of Vikings behind them, because these are going to be pretty good at tanking the damage from theirs. So if I build my Vikings behind the Liberators, that should give them the protection they need to slowly whittle down the enemy numbers. Berserk there coming back in. Overwhelming Blues defences there, so we're going to probably be facing quite a few of these units. Well, saying that, I mean, Blues actually taken out quite a few of them. It's really just the underground units to watch out for. Just pop in the scan there. No, Liberators once again doing their thing. Yeah, and even we managed to take out a few of their Vikings, which was pretty good. So I think on this round, we just get a few
Ready to blunder.
more Vikings with the cash that we've got left over. That will hopefully make a bit of a difference for us.
Here come all the hell.
Also just going to build a few more Marauders, because I noticed they were building tanks. These will be pretty good at taking those out. So this is what I mean, guys. This game's all about counters. Carefully watching what our opponents do and making sure that they don't counter what we're building. We have reached a point in the game, though, where they're kind of being a bit more reactive to what we're building. I think we're much more in control now, attacking their main base. So once we kill this, it's all over for them. Liberators once again, absolutely wrecking the infantry there. There we go, we're taking out a few Vikings. Our Liberators doing a good job tanking the damage. Yeah, not doing too badly at all. So let's get a few more of these. A few more Vikings.
Ready to blunder.
I think if we can afford it, yeah, we might also just get the ship upgrade.
Complete.
A bit more damage on those air units. Nice, this is what we like to see. A few corruptors there making it through, but nothing we can't handle.
Upgrade complete.
Just get the other upgrades for the ground units as well. As we move closer, yeah. Our Raven there, spotting those hidden units. Okay, here we go. So Green actually, a little bit late, but he has managed to get 4. And you'll notice they had the heavy weapons out, so they will literally focus down these Liberators. If he gets a few more of those, he will be in trouble. So I think you're going to have to think a little bit more closely about building effective ground unit counters. And there's a couple things we can do here, but I think in the short term, I'm just going to build a few more Marauders. Oh, in fact, look, there we go, game over. That is the first round that's come to us, and victory for the Northern team. Well played, everyone. So just checking out the stats, let's see how we fared compared to the rest of our team. So we're up with black and blue, and, well, I mean, to be fair, we actually had a much lower damage output compared to the rest of the team. So I guess that's probably because a lot of the match we were up against the base, but, you know, at the same time, I don't pretend to be an expert player. Maybe there's some stuff that we can improve. If you guys got any thoughts on that, be sure to comment on the video. I think this was always just going to be a little casual live stream, guys, but I think it would be quite nice to try and play at least one more game, wouldn't it? So we'll jump into the next one. Yeah, there we go, joining a lobby that's already got a couple of people. And yeah, nice 3v3 starting once again. Very cool. So guys, just switching back to the main view. Hope everyone's had a good week this week. Yeah, like I said, just while the game's loading in, I just want to remind everyone watching that this is literally a brand new channel, and I'm still kind of finding my way with this one. Some of you guys might know me as Matt's Fiefdom, and I run a medieval channel over on YouTube. And this new channel, Matt's Hangar, is kind of a little sideways branch from that project, because I kind of wanted to introduce a little bit of sci-fi gaming to the mix, but I didn't really think the medieval channel was the right place to do it. Hence the concept of Matt's Hangar was born. So I'm kind of running this in the same way, in pretty much the same format, but this channel is very much going to focus on sci-fi games being played by yours truly. So if you like what you see here today, be sure to follow or subscribe to the channel, and I'll have plenty more updates for you in future, let's put it that way. So the game is just starting, so we'll switch back to the main camera. So we're playing Zerg in this one, okay? So random selection, and we are up against a Terran player. Terran, I think the other one was Terran, yeah, because they made the selection. And who have we got? Terran, I'm a Zerg player. And then we've got, I'm sure this is a Protoss player, right? So I'm not sure what they're going to build yet. So we're just going to build one unit. We'll just kind of scout them out. The one unit opener can be quite good sometimes, because if they don't build anything, just means you can take center and, you know, hold it, get a few extra minerals for that turn. So let's see, as our unit goes up to the front, and I'm just going to start popping off tier 2. Okay, interesting. So they're going for a tier 1 build. So I think let's forget about upgrading to tier 2, and I think, based on what I've seen, we're going to go all in with a full Zergling push. And I think with this tactic, you kind of have to fully commit to it, because if you don't have enough Zerglings, like these units are weak, guys. I can't describe just how useless these units are. But if you've got enough of them, it really can be enough. So we've got a bit of leftover cash. I think that'll do for now. And a few of these exploding Baneling units. So we're going to pop off the metabolic boost, which means the Zerglings will run extremely fast as they run towards the enemy. Again, I don't know if this is going to be enough to fully kill the enemy's wave. I mean, we weren't far off. I feel like if we hadn't have taken that damage from our previous player, that might have been okay. Okay, interesting. Orange is going for a early Ultralisk rush. Not sure how I feel about that against Terran. I think this can work when you're against certain races, but against Terran, yeah, these Marauders do a lot of damage to Ultralisks, and they're so quick and easy to build. So I think on this one, guys, I'm going to have to play the long game. Let's get a few of these to kind of get a bit of range damage in, but I'm going to keep enough cash so that I can pop off the tier 2 upgrade. Ooh, I don't know, we've got a lot of ads from green here. Hopefully our turret can soak up a lot of the damage. We lost quite a few units there, and quite a few of our Zerglings took damage. So I am not expecting this next round to go too well. Yeah, exactly. So all the more reason to get this tier 2 and get a few more units on the go. So we're going to lose the turret here. Oh, we have, guys. So we are actually in the same position now that our opponents were in the last game, where we are well and truly on the back foot. We don't really have control of middle, which means more income for the enemy. They've taken the turret, which means more income for them. We've yet to really take things off. So I think for this, I'm going to get an Infestor, because that's quite good at taking out Marines. And I'm not going to be able to afford a Lurker, so let's just get a few of these Hydralisks for now. The range upgrade. It's going to be painful, guys. Up against a lot of units from green here. I think we'll just pop that off. Go, that was nicely done. Bit of area damage there. So almost took out the entirety of our wave. So I think we'll just wait for the group up, do that. Yep, that'll cause a nice bit of area effect damage, but enough to weaken them, but certainly not destroy them. Hope Amethyel knows what they're doing with this. Let's see how these fare against the next wave. Oh, and the ghosts are out. I mean, these are the ultimate counter. Don't stand a chance. Okay, so this is what we're going to try. We've got some lurkers, and although they're not guaranteed to win, if our enemy aren't paying attention and they don't build anything that can see them, that might just allow us to turn the tide of battle. You know, it's a fool's chance, but it's a chance, guys. So we'll just auto pass the upgrade for that for the range. Doing about as well as we were last time, so I think we'll just hold on to the special ability. Yep, pop that off. Yes, this is what I mean, guys. So look. Oh, okay, but they had the scans on and did get it in the end. I was really hoping that they wouldn't spot that, and we'd get to keep it till the next wave. I mean, let's build some more lurkers anyway, because, you know, although they were paying attention that time, you never know. We might get a bit more lucky next time. Like I said, it's not looking hopeful for us, but that said, we could still claw this back. Red there causing a little bit of damage to green. I think as well for this wave we're going to get the attack upgrades for our ranged units, allow these lurks to do just a little bit more damage. But I'm hoping that green isn't going to discover these. Yeah, perfect, and they can last a little bit longer. Got that off. I might just get second Infester actually, so I can pop off more of those area effect moves. Well, okay, I mean, orange is relatively undamaged. I mean, a little bit of damage, but less so than previous rounds. The Raiders are out. That's going to be tough, guys. That's going to be really, really tough. You know, I said I was going to get the Infester, but actually, I'm wondering whether we convert one of these into another lurker. Yeah, perfect. And get another Infester. Space those out a little bit. Maybe put them on the hotkey. Go option 7. Again, we're going to pop off these area effect moves manually, just to really make the most about them. You know, green wasting a bit of stuff there. So there's 1, there's 2. Nice. We're causing lots and lots of area of effect damage there. So although a lot of Black's units have survived there, they are incredibly, incredibly damaged. I think, guys, I'm not sure how we're going to win this one, because yeah, orange is unfortunately just persevering with the Ultralisk tactic, and this player here is just basically building the perfect counter to that every time. So unless orange changes tactic, I think we can kind of expect the same outcome. But, you know, I mean, I'm not going to judge too harshly, because I don't pretend to be the perfect player either. You'll probably see lots on this live stream me making, you know, plenty of mistakes. So again, we're just going to pop these off, same as we did before. To lose one Infester there. Oh well, we can still use the one we got left. Try and get a bit of area damage. Okay, and Black now bringing some Liberators to the party. Not sure the best way to handle those, because I could build Corruptors, but the way this game is going at the moment, I'm a bit worried they're just going to fly over the first round and get isolated. I mean, I don't know, maybe we don't have a choice. I think we are slowly running out of options. I think we're just going to have to build some. Hope for the best. I am going to do those. I'm just going to see if I can rejig the positioning of some of these units a little bit. I'll group up my things here on the side. We position these a bit more central. Get the here, and this is what I mean, guys. I was a bit worried about the Corruptors, but I mean, maybe that's doing more help than I think, because it is delaying their observer units getting to the front line. Could be worse. Could be worse. Let's stick with it, guys. I think we'll maybe build a few more of these Corruptors. Maybe they're going to be a bit more full than I thought. I think on top of this, we're just going to build a few more Hydralisks as well. Yeah, I mean, we're doing not too bad against green, considering we're pretty much against most of green's wave there. I mean, we've pretty much taken them out. Hopefully, yeah, get a few of Black's units as well. Again, orange just persevering with the Ultralisks. Fortunately, he hasn't reacted to the fact that he's up against these air units, which is a shame. one of these and start building a little group of them on the other side. I'm also just going to move some of my Zerglings back just a little bit so we can kind of like stagger them entering the front lines. This is like a good tactic, because although the Zerglings don't do as much damage, they do kind of act as a meat shield when you position them a little bit further back like this. Okay. How's our round doing here? Could be better, could be better. The good news is, with the Corruptors delaying their observer units, you can see here they're popping off a lot of scans, and each scan does cost you 25 minerals, so I think those Corruptors are really sort of helping to offset the income deficit that we've got by making them spend a little bit more money on those wasteful scans. So I think for now we've got 2 of those on both sides, so I think that'll do for now. We could just try and invest in a few more Hydralisks as well. Spread it out so they're nice evenly positioned. There we go. Yeah, again, I don't know what Red's doing. I get the urge to get full income like this, but when you don't control the middle, it doesn't matter how much income you get. You'll never get more income than your opponent who holds the middle. Like, it's impossible. Your best bet, if you're losing this, is to just not build any refineries, a bit like me and Orange are doing, and just invest all your money in units, because it's all about just taking back the centre as quick as you can. And if you can do it within a couple of minutes, you know, you can keep yourself in the game. But I think we are just getting to that point now where the odds are being stacked against us to such a degree that it's going to make it near... Sorry, excuse me, guys. It's going to make it near impossible to bring it back. Get a few more these air units on the go. Might also just build or upgrade ground units a little bit. Those Zerglings taking the fire of those tanks quite nicely. These lurkers causing quite a lot of damage to their infantry. I think, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build even more Zerglings, and although it feels counterintuitive, I'm hopeful that these can direct the tanks' fire as we sort of whittle down their front lines a bit like we did last time. And these Zerglings at the back, their sole purpose is to just act as a meat shield once we've got the first line down, focus the tank attacks on these rather than my, you know, useful units that I need to survive. But let's see how it plays out. Hopefully that will go as planned, but we'll see. We'll see. So those Zerglings going in. Survivability. Yep, enough of them have survived. They're heading towards the tanks, and you can see that they're absorbing all of the tank's fire, keeping my good units alive. Perfect. It's played out exactly like we hoped. There we go. Black not quite paying attention. And actually, look, our infestors have survived there just long enough to pop up these anti-air buffs. Man. Yeah, Orange. Got to change tactic, bud. These fixed tactics just never work. Because there's a counter to absolutely any build you can throw at the enemy. And if you just stick with one tactic, well, all your opponent has to do the entire game is just build the same counter. You're making it very easy for them. So here we go. Up against green again. He's got quite a few surviving units this time. Let's see if enough of our Zerglings can survive to absorb attack damage a bit. Well, yeah, okay, so it absorbed it a little bit. Maybe not as much as I might have hoped, but enough to make a difference. This Lurker's absolutely tearing up the units there. Love to see it. we get one more lurker. I think as well, just to try and survive those tanks, we're going to get a few more Zerglings on the back lines here with the remaining income. Come on, guys. It's going to be near impossible to claw this back, but, you know, nothing's impossible. Maybe if we just hang on for a little bit longer, we'll just be able to claw it back. Crikey. I don't know, now that we've got some Liberators here, I'm a bit worried we're not going to survive this. They're getting dangerously, dangerously close to our main base now. See how we're doing on the kills. I mean, we got 44% of the team kills. I mean, that's not bad going. It just shows that we're obviously doing our part. You know, if you think about it, there's 3 players, you'd normally expect to see about 33.3%. Usually, you know, it depends on the opponent's builds. So there's just a count of units. It's not taking into account, you know, the power or value of the units that you're killing. I think out of necessity, just have to build more corruptors. It doesn't really help me with greens, but I'm just a bit wary that a lot of these Liberators seem to be surviving to my wave. I need something to take them out. Oh, okay, interesting. So Red's just gone all in with battle cruisers. I mean, to be fair, at this stage in the battle, why not? Just try a shock tactic and see if you can get it to work. I mean, the game's pretty much over, so, I mean, it's got to be worth a try, right, guys? I can understand that. I'm not sure it's going to help us win, but worth a shot. Worth a shot. I think we're just going to keep building our own air units to try and support those battle cruisers as best we can. Because if we can help them survive, then they might just help us out. Because yeah, you can see here they're doing wonders against these Liberators that are isolated. Oh, look, he's just got the upgrades as well. Really nice, really nice. Come on, Red, if you can just keep these alive. Don't know. There's a lot of Thors in the back lines here taking them out. Is coming in trying to do what they can. I'm not sure it's going to be enough though, guys, because you've got to remember, I need enough of my units to survive here to take out the next wave. And I just don't have the numbers here, guys. Look, not a chance to get this wave for black. I need to get through afterwards. What would help me with that? I'm worried that we just don't have the resources to overcome the odds now. Guess if we get a few more Hydralisks, that might help out. Maybe if we make our way to tier 3 as well. I don't think any of the tier 3 units are going to help us with the builds that we're up against, but it'll at least allow us to get some more upgrades, improve the damage of our existing units, which can only be a good thing, right? So there we go, Zergling's doing what they do best, just being a meat shield, protecting our good units. Yeah. Guys, take them out, take them out. Pop off those anti-air buffs. There we go, not too much damage. But again, I don't think there's anything they can do against this wave. Too many ghosts, too many Liberators. They'll never be able to push through. Tier 4 on the way. I mean, you know, Red's tactic is helping us to survive a little bit longer, but I think he is just delaying the inevitable at this point. I don't think there's any way we're going to pull this back. this is going to be painful, guys. Yeah, I think we're nearing the end. They're getting closer and closer to the Nexus. I think we're just going to get the level 3 missile upgrades as well. Yeah, I mean, Red's got a good suggestion there. He suggested orange builds a few Zerglings as well to kind of like soak up the Liberator fire, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be too little too late. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're just a point. Yeah, it's getting to the point now where I'm up against these Thors, and the units I've got in my build aren't particularly good at tanking the damage from those. What can I build that will help me with the Thors? I might just get a few Ultralisks. I don't want to build them at the front because otherwise they'll just get taken out straight away, but I think once those frontline troops have melted away, it'll be useful for a few Ultralisks to charge in right at the end because they might do a good job taking out the Thor. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I mean, Red's obviously building air. I know he used to have Marines and he's kind of sold them to build these. It's almost not worth him selling these and changing back tactics now because, you know, we've already lost, I think. But I think let's just make the challenge now to survive as long as we can. Maybe if we're lucky, we can survive long enough that the player might leave the game and we can sort of change the balance. Green Thor's coming in. Yeah, let's build a few more of these.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Let's get the speed upgrades for our lurkers. It means they can bury a bit quicker, get their first shots off a little bit faster. I think we're also going to just get the Ultramist upgrades for the speed and the extra armor. Oh, guys, it's not looking good for us. Are we going to survive this one? Oh, only just. Only just. I think it's going to be over for us very, very soon. Yeah, here we go. Thor's surviving a little bit. Sorry, the Ultralist surviving a little bit. Yeah, and doing what I was hoping they do, which is get up and close to these Thors, start causing some damage, taking them out. So again, these are all minor victories, but nothing substantial enough to turn the tide. Ooh, tier 4's come up. Nice speed upgrades. To be fair, probably should have been paying attention because you want to get these as quick as possible. Should have saved some funds for them, but it's okay. This upgrade basically allows the units to go a little bit faster. It's what they call like end game upgrades, because eventually with enough of these, the enemy can get to your base before your next wave spawns and take it out. Come on, guys, gotta wait. Hold for 4 more seconds. Wait for my men to spawn in. Come on! Literally just getting to the front lines there in time. I think it might... Well, I was going to say it might be over for us, but I think we might just survive this one as well, just. I am a little bit worried, though, that the next wave is going to come in and pretty much take us out now. This could be it, guys. This could be it. I think I'll try and get one more Thor. Just out of necessity, you know, we need something to try and tank some of that damage. think as well. We'll try and save up and get the Thor upgrades. Oh, and there we have it, guys. Victory in the first round, defeat in the second round. It's a shame. I was hoping for 2 victories today, but you know, this is the nature of these public games. You know, it is a bit of a mixed bag. You never quite know what you're going to get into. But do you know what? That's why I like it, because, you know, you might get teamed up with good players, you might get teamed up with bad players, but, you know, the latter poses a challenge, and it's quite satisfying to claw it back and know that your input was the thing that did it. So I think we'll try and get a few more of these on the go in future, guys. But yeah, I think we'll call it a day there. This was always just going to be a quick one, just to sort of test out the live streaming for Starcraft 2. So guys, this was Direct Strike. I've been Matt's Hanger, and playing a little bit of live Starcraft 2. So guys, thank you for tuning in. For everyone that came, really, really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. This is just a small channel just starting out, so any view we get, even if it's just 1 or 2 per stream, it all helps out the channel, and hopefully one day we'll get enough people to sort of make a proper go at it. But until then, keep coming back. We'll have a little bit of fun, and we'll keep it interesting and cozy. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.